DDoS may be plaguing at FFXIV.
It's not DDoS.
Oh, okay.
It's an issue in my files. I need to do, and I'm gonna have to do a reinstall tonight.
All right. That stinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was playing fine last night when I was in Eureka with Natara and Leggy. So I'm convinced it's just I'll run a repair, see if that works, and then if that doesn't work, I'll reinstall for tomorrow.
All right. Did we want to do a bungalow, a house, or sort of a little palate cleanser of doing the golf cart?
Let's do the golf cart, and then we can get into the bungalow.
Mayor Jeff Jefferson, the 13th. I need you to clean my sorry golf cart. You might have heard about my poor cat Ulysses gone missing. We're all frantic with worry, but with the ceremony just around the corner. I swear I saw him on the golf course frolicking by the lily pads in the lake on the 13th. Par 3, but I always get a birdie. By the time I realized... at least it's a birdie, not an eagle.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I realized it was just a boisterous carp, it was too late. I slammed on the brakes and went tumbling down the slope head over tail. Don't worry, docs have given me the all clear, said they'd never seen anyone recover such a minor incident in so little time, but the cart needs a hose down.
Why do I feel that he just crashed his car?
He did just crash his car.
Or nothing happened at all and it just rolled down the thing and he wasn't in it. So yeah, for those of you who are watching, I know we said we would be back in Eorzea today, but my Final Fantasy XIV is broken and I couldn't get it repaired in time for the stream because I didn't realize earlier. So we have pivoted back to watching Powerfully today, and I will reinstall Final Fantasy overnight tonight, and then we can play Final Fantasy tomorrow.
I probably should make sure there's no like updates or whatever. I'll probably have to run that tonight.
There was a patch on Tuesday because I had to install one yesterday.
So I'll make sure I run and install. This is actually the first time I've been on my desktop since last Friday, unfortunately.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
busy man.
It has been a busy week for me. I'm currently putting the tweets out, so I'm apologizing if anyone's in chat. I'm not able to look at chat right now because I'm posting the tweets.
I got it covered.
Thank you. Loading dirt. I'm going to go ahead and get Bob in here.
Yeah.
So he can do the work while I'm doing the... he can do all the work.
And you can
finish posting tweets. Co-op. Confirm. Invite a friend. Threads is out. X is out. Who's next? Mastodon is next on the list.
I don't have an invite yet.
It's still loading my friends list. There we go. Invite should be out now.
Yep.
Us and our swanky channel appreciate our channel appropriate purple jumpsuits with the yellow gloves. And then Blue Sky. But yeah, it has been a very, very busy week. Not to put the school business out there, but the classroom I've been working in as an aide is, for all intents and purposes, my classroom now. Look at me. I am the captain now. So, been working very hard to make that classroom run smooth and fix a lot of the mistakes that were left behind.
That were being made.
Yep. Alright, the Blue Sky post is out. So that means all the posts are out. I'm going to drop the couple discords. You know what? They're getting the ones with all the ats and whatnot in it, the Twitter copies rather than the Mastodon copies, because I remembered this is why I do Mastodon last. Because Mastodon doesn't do all the ats and hashtags and whatnot. It's not that I've discovered. So there we go. So yeah, as I was telling Bob, at the top of the stream here, basically we shut down a Friday evening from doing this, and I haven't had a chance or really allowed myself to take the time. I'm not gonna say I haven't had the chance. I haven't allowed myself to take the time to come back. So
while you've been talking, I did 57% of the work.
And like any good managerial prospect, I'm going to come in for the last 10% and take all the credit.
Take all the credit.
Is there underside to the... Oh, excuse me. Can it be cleaned? Body, bumper, and tires. Bam. Job done.
You're welcome.
I love this time lapse because I'm just standing in the back corner watching Bob do all the work.
I'm just like, doo 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 doo. Oh, there you go. Alright, let's hit one of the two houses, I guess. Which one's worth more money?
The detached house.
Let's do that then. Actually, let's do the bungalow. Because I feel for the detached house we might need to upgrade something.
Do we want? We got $1,200. Do we want to upgrade our power washers?
Can we?
Yeah, we gotta make. We can get the $900. The next
The actual.
Urban XU2.
Yeah, let's get that. Or wait, how much is the heavy duty one?
2,000, and we need 40 stars. So we're still quite a ways away from that one.
All right. Well, let's get the medium duty one then, and maybe the attachments for it.
Yep. So we need the turbo nozzle, short extension, and that's all we can get.
Long extension.
Nope.
Is there no? Yeah, there is Urban X2 long extension. It's under the short extension.
Yes, but we are $103 short.
Oh well, then let's go clean a house.
And as soon as we can make $103 or $100, $102.50, we can get the extension.
Let's go clean the first house then.
The bungalow.
Yeah, let's do the bungalow.
Calvin Miller, 113 Apple Avenue, Muckingham. Hey Doc, I know I mentioned my folks. Well, I think it's time for their bungalow to met your pressure washer. So filthy, it's hard to tell where the ground ends and the house begins. When I mentioned you to Ma, her eyes lit up. Pops moaned and said, "The browner the porch, the warmer the torch," which clearly means nothing. He's overruled. If you give the place a good cleanup, I'm sure they'd give them both a lift. Thanks again, Cal.
Just do it.
Let's go.
Look, dibs on the driveway.
Or
Game session was closed by host. So once you get in, you just have to re-invite me.
we'll do. Cat, I love you. The people would love to see you, but you're going to be a nuisance. Oh, come on. Oh.
Your game doesn't seem to be loading.
It's just not.
Oh, there it goes.
Ah.
It moved a bit.
We're enjoying the succulent tunes of OC Remix. Since this game doesn't have background music. The good news is my internet's not completely bored because I can see you on the stream. We're still going. I can still talk to you.
Yeah.
There we go.
Loading dirt.
Now it says the connection to the host has been lost. Alright. Invite a friend. Bob.
Me.
I'm going to select the new power washer. I've got an extension on it. Alright, if you're going to start on the driveway, I will start on the far side of the house here. Or do I start on the roof? Start on the roof. Why the hell not? Oh, look, on football. Dolores Miller, I'm so glad you're here. Calvin's such a good boy. He's a volcanologist, you know.
As in volcanoes?
I believe so.
Why would that be relevant?
I think it's just a mom proud of her child.
Oh, you're on the roof already, okay.
Yep.
When you said over here, I thought you were going to go do a door or something.
So I don't know if we've talked about much about other simulation games that are out there, but I did just recently find out about they have a tabletop game shop simulator.
Yes, I was going to mention that one to you, actually.
That I kind of want to check out because I have fun dabbling with TCG Shop Simulator. But the fact that you can actually play the minis game in the tabletop game simulator, shop simulator, has me quite intrigued to check that one out. Oh god, the whole back porch. Ugh. Come on, give me my dopamine hit so I can buy an extension. There we go.
There's the driveway done.
Alright, I want to get the long neck expansion for the washer here.
Yeah, good plan.
Oh wait, no, we need 250. Damn it.
So we're looking for easy wins.
Yeah, about another $80 worth.
We also need the rotato nozzle. Do we have that?
Oh, we have that one. We have the rotato nozzle. I did pick that one up.
Big fan of the rotatos.
Post is clean.
Got a wall. However, I think I'm going to work on... Oh, you're working on the back porch. Okay.
Yep. I did also send to Bob recently. Someone showed me a leaf collecting game. We just pick up leaves in the backyard.
The thing is, a lot of these simulate games don't have two-player mode.
That's true, which is sad.
Shame. So I think it's kind of a missed opportunity. Especially something like Supermarket Simulator, or... You know what I mean?
Yeah. The shop simulators.
Yeah. You can have one person stocking, one person selling, or whatever.
And anyone who's ever been in one of those stores knows it's not a... Very rarely is a successful one, a one-person operation.
Yeah. That would count as part of this. Yeah, it's part of this. Since you're working the porch.
And, I got a porch post clean.
Jesus Christ, what did they do to the side? Come on, look at this, Jordan. What the fuck did they do to the bottom of this house?
Ew.
I can't believe how much fun I'm having watching fucking accounting. It's ridiculous.
Um. Also, people, fans of the channel, who are viewers, chat. Uh, we talk. We talk quite a. We've talked quite a bit about Dimension 20 and dropouts, games like that. For those of you interested, I'm also quite the fan of Mythical Kitchen. Not necessarily everything mythical, but I like the Mythical Kitchen stuff. And they have a podcast, a YouTube podcast series they do called Last Meals, where they interview people while dining on food that is their favorite food that ostensibly represents what they would like their last meal on Earth to be. And most recently, they had Brendan Lee Mulligan on talking about his time growing up and his transition from New York to LA and meeting Izzy Rowland and becoming probably one of the most famous Dungeons and Dragons dungeon masters in the world. And it was a very interesting and very wholesome podcast. I love watching them.
How's the torch going?
Porch is going fine. I'm working on the back. Well, I guess I don't need to work on the back wall yet. But I've got the I've got one side done. So yeah, people who are interested in very candid, sort of chummy interviews with people. Josh Scherer, who's the host of it, and the host of a podcast I really enjoy called "Is a Hot Dog Is a Sandwich."
Ooh. Go up the stairs.
Go up the stairs.
Get out of the way.
Oh god! Ah!
Go up the stairs. It's not going up the stairs, Jordan. Sorry, go ahead.
I do highly recommend looking into seeing if your favorite celebrity is one of the 80 some odd guests on Last Meals.
I've tried really hard with all things mythical, and I just can't. I don't know why none of them really sort of
Do it for you?
do it for me. Yeah.
Like I said, I just really like the food based ones. I watched Tom Hanks and I watched Gordon Ramsay last night and Tom Hanks this morning and Post Malone this morning. Oh, really interesting things to listen to people talking about their lives while just consuming food that they love and enjoy. Oh, the porch roof is finally clean.
Hey, nice. So speaking of Dropout in Dimension 20, I've been watching their Adventuring Academy series, which is their monthly podcast hosted by Brandon, where people from around the Dropout community and D20 sphere come in and they talk about a subject. And I've started from season 1, so it's from all the way back, right after like season 1 of Dimension 20. So they're just after Bloodkeep, for those of you who know the timeline of D20. So right after Tales from the Bloodkeep. And this been a lot of really interesting conversations with dungeon masters and players and things about. Each episode's about an hour and 20 minutes long, and there's just lots of interesting conversations with people about just like stuff to do with. It starts off as like a role play. Hey Jordan,
Yeah.
come here.
Also, I have the long neck extension now. I just picked that up.
Come here.
What'd I do?
You didn't do anything. What did that message in what did that message in the golf cart say?
In the golf cart?
Yeah. About the mayor's cat?
Yeah. Did we find the mayor's cat? Oh, hey.
Is that the mayor's cat?
I can't spray him, so I can't find out.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's an amusing little thing that, you know.
Oh, so it did the entire bottom trim, by the way.
Nice.
Did you say you got the extendo?
Yeah, I got the long extendo on it now. Back porch, I believe, is done. I'm working on finishing up the back wall now. I started because I had saved a YouTube video about the system itself for Never Stop
Blowing Up.
Yeah, Never Stop Blowing Up. About the game system itself. I
Yeah.
saved a YouTube video about it. I've started watching that actual game.
It's so good. I love Never Stop Blowing Up. Might be one of my favorite seasons.
Alright. Got that segment of wall clean. I'm willing to bet the gutters we gotta go up on the roof and actually clean the insides of the gutters.
Oh, we'll get to that. Don't worry. Let's worry about the stuff we can reach from the floor first. Unless you want to go hit the roof. Let's just do the stuff on the ground floor first, shall we?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just trying to make sure I get the underside of the slates there because you never know. Yeah, Reddit, I'm watching it so I can try to get a feel for the system, but it's a really cool little, I don't want to call it a one-page system because it's 4 pages, but
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's not a very complicated rule set.
nope.
And as you will find out later, they may not have completely thought through some of the rules. The players do find an exploit or two.
Well, one of the examples in the rulebook is like, so-and-so wants to fly a helicopter to the moon! And this is how they achieved flying a helicopter to the moon. Why are they flying a helicopter to the moon? I don't know. Who am I to judge why a person would want to fly a helicopter to the moon or parkour up the Eiffel Tower?
Because they never want to stop blowing up.
Exactly. I do think that it's kind of cool that with that system that you can spend the player economy points, the
Turbo tokens.
Yeah, the turbo tokens to get your um, to take your die to the max total,
Yeah.
which then allows you to blow up. But then that also it still blows up at that point, whether or not you, even though you use your turbo token to get there, which is it feels like a nice departure from other systems where it's like, it only does the blow up thing if you naturally rolled.
Well, that's where some of the, I'm not going to say oversights in design come in, but
But I feel
you'll discover later in the series that the players find ways to manipulate that, and Brennan just flat out is like, I cleaned all of that, didn't I?
That post apparently.
Oh, I wasn't worried about the post yet.
I was checking the gutters because the gutter on this side of the house where I'm at, it had grime on the inside of the bend that I had to get to, so I was just double checking the gutter.
Yeah, with some of the ability suites you can buy for the players, they interact in ways that the devs may not have foreseen because they didn't really have a whole lot of time to play test it or whatever, right?
Right.
So there are some. I'm not going to say infinite feedback loops in there, but there's definitely some turbo token feedback loops that the players discover in later episodes, which I quite like. So I can confirm we need to clean the inside of the gutters.
Wait. Hey, Frary. Nice for you to pop in.
Hey, Fairy.
Sorry it is not the promised Eorzean adventures, but we were having issues getting into it today, so we were like,
I had an issue, not getting into playing it, but getting into the actual game. Looks, according from chatting to Natara and Leggy, it looks like I'm gonna have to install it this evening.
Turbo Twister! Um, so I haven't talked about it much publicly before.
Uh-huh.
But part of why I am an assistant in the schools rather than back to being a teacher
Yeah.
is my teaching certificate relapsed while I was away being a baker rather than a teacher.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, and when I went to reapply to get it reinstated, and I was going to get this job in another county as a teacher, uh, there some red tape and some flags were put on my certificates at the state
Okay.
level. So I called the school I worked at last spring. I was like, "Hey, here's what went
Double.
down. Here's what went down with my certificate. I know I said I was quitting because I thought I got this really good opportunity." They're like, "Come on back. We have a job. We'll have a job for you in some capacity. We don't want to see any of our IAs, our former IAs, come not have a place to go." I was like, "Dope, love it. Thanks, guys." Um, and but there's been a lot of drama with the teacher in the classroom where I'm working in, which is they call it self-contained special education. So it's for students who kind of need their own place to be, right? Uh,
Yeah.
there's been a lot of drama with the teacher in that capacity this year, and I was talking to the principal today, and he was like, "Hey, so you remember that drama and red tape you were talking about for your teacher certificate? Well, I called our people here in the county I live in,
Yeah.
and they're like, well, the issue is the county you applied at technically owns your certificate. They're the ones that are the like a athlete's contract being owned by one team, and then they're being loaned out to another team. That's kind of what's happening with my certificate." And they're like, "We're trying to get them to get it back because we've got no issues with you in any of the issues that the flags on your certificate might be. So if we can get the ownership of your certificate back from this other county, we're thinking we might be able to get that all cleared up, and we can fast track you back into being a teacher, and you can take over this classroom that you've been doing since you got out of since you came back from your surgery." Because I've been doing the job of the classroom teacher for about 2 weeks now, since I got out of my surgery. So I was like, "That's amazing." That I didn't think I'd be able to do this for another 2 years to get this opportunity back, because that's what the state said. He's like, "No, we're going to try to see what we can do to fast track this." And I was just like, that is some of the nicest things I've ever heard a boss ever say. That they want me so bad that they're going to fight to try to get my contract back and enhanced. So, yep. So that's been my life for the past 2 weeks, which is part of why I've been tired. I've been tired, and I apologize to all my friends out there that I haven't chatted with or even checked in with recently. I know some of you are going through a bit of a rough spot with your lives and whatnot, and I apologize, but it's been a high octane, high pressure dealio with me and my career right now.
Chimney's done.
Nice. Front door's done. I just knocked that off.
Can't believe you only. You dickhead. I'm just gonna clean the porch roof.
I thought maybe the porch roof would give me a dopamine hit. It didn't. I had to clean the whole goddamn porch to do it. Oh, I had to get the underside and the front of it.
I guess I'll just do the rest of the fucking roof.
I'm coming. I'm finishing up the front of the house. What happened
No,
to...
you do that.
What happened to... Let's just do the stuff we can do from the ground floor first.
I did.
You did not.
Cleaned the whole fucking bungalow. You see this whole side over here? This whole garage? Fucking cleaned it.
You didn't do
On
the
my
gutter.
own.
You didn't do the gutter. I did the gutter.
Because I was waiting till I went to the roof. And clean the gutters before you clean the roof. I'm lightheaded now.
That's why I have a bowl of cereal next to me. Alright. Oi. Power Watch Simulator has become PvP. You're trying to spray the cat. Alright, let's see if it works today. I'm just curious. Might not, because they have Dimension 20 tonight, so they're not gonna do it, but let's see what Natara has to say. No, that's not the second time we mentioned them. Try to see if the Joe Hendry effect will work today. Also, I'd like to point out it's poor house design and the fact that they don't have gutters around the porch, too. Oh, bullshit. I can't just put the ladder back on the floor. Roof's done. Ah, found it. Job's done. Alright. Big house.
I just realised I've been muted for a minute.
Cards on the table. We live at the old house on Esther de Eth. The eccentric actress who played the Wicked Witch in that classic movie and vanished mysteriously into the national park. We all know the rumors surrounding the place, but we also know we picked up an absolute bargain. We don't mind if the furniture moves around a little. That's just next level feng shui. But the grubby exterior is really getting to us, and all the other power washers in town are too scared to set foot on our yard. If you could help us out, we'd be eternally grateful. Sure
Right.
thing.
To wash a house.
Yeah, I don't know if you were here earlier. You might have to go try to catch it in the replay, Frary. But the first thing we did was a golf cart, and I was sending out the tweets at the time. So the time lapse is just Bob running around doing the golf cart while I'm stood in the corner.
And that last one, you didn't exist for half of it because you were behind the house.
Yep. So last night I went out to my local war game club meetup for the first time in a month, and the guy who runs it wrote his own like skirmish war game rules. So I asked him, "Is there anybody out playing that tonight?" Because I wasn't in the mood to try to like set up a whole Warhammer army to go out and play. It was like 5 minis, something a little quiet and narrative. He's like, yeah, there's a guy who comes, and he hasn't had much of a chance to play because he doesn't like doing the mass battle stuff. He wants to do the skirmish stuff. I'm like, cool, I'll play him. That's fine. I roll up. I've got a little Darth Vader mini. I'm like, here we go. There's Darth Vader's powers. Got a Space Marine. Here's Space Marine powers. I got a Lizard Folk. Here's the Lizard Folk. And he shows up, and he's like, yeah, here's my army that I'm preparing to take to the tournament in December. And I was like, dope. I'm going to have such a great time tonight. First round, he basically snipes one of my troops off the table before they even get a turn to activate. Second round, I throw my Darth Vader toe-to-toe with his squad leader. And I roll like 4 damage against him, which should be like a one-shot kill. He saves it all, and then ends up in his retaliation attack rolling 4 damage against my Darth Vader, where I make none of the saves. Which is like... Basically, the game ended where I had done 0 damage to any of his 5 models, and I had 2 models at 1 hit point apiece left on the table. And I was just like, I'm gonna go home. I know it only took us 20 minutes to play one game, but I'm tired, and I'm annoyed that my dice were that shitty in that first matchup. I don't want to think of a new matchup, a new army list with the 5 models I brought with me tonight. So I'm just gonna go home. So yeah, welcome back, Jordan, to your first war game night after a month away. But it's really cool because it's completely model agnostic. The whole idea is that it's a model agnostic skirmish war game system that he gives you stat lines that you can then sort of like, yes, this model looks like it would fit this stat line, so I want to go ahead, and then like a couple of upgrades you can attach to them. So it's almost like design your own models based on what you have on hand. That he started doing because he had a bunch of like HeroClix and Mage Knight and Warhammer models. Then he was like, I want to play something where I can just sort of play with whatever I've got on hand. It's dope little. It is a fun little game. Just, last night's experience was did not have fun.
Yeah, there's a... I mean, I'm not trying to tell that person that their fun is wrong. I think the person who told you to come and play that person didn't do a good job of picking up that you two wouldn't be a good match.
Yeah, I had a heads up that he was coming with a tournament competitive list. I might have done something a little different. Because I had never particularly played that particular player before. Because he always comes super late to the meetup nights because of his job. And by the time he's there and playing, I'm elbow deep into a game of Warhammer or Legion or a different brutality matchup that I've never had the opportunity to play against him. So
yeah, it's one of the most difficult things about anything competitive is, or any kind of thing that is involving more than one sort of way of playing, is making sure that the people involved have a similar mindset.
yeah,
Be it people sitting down to a D&D table, or are they all looking to play the same kind of game? When it comes to mini games, are we looking at like major tournament lists and meta lists versus, oh, I've got a few models I want to fuck around? I'm not getting invited to anything. Are we? Your game crash?
no, my game is not crashed. I'm still waiting for the load in. Still loading the level. I don't know why it's being super slow tonight. I don't have anything running in the background. I've closed everything out before I even fire the game up. But at this rate, we're not going to be able to get any progress in on this house.
Yeah, it just
No.
there's a way of having to think about it, you know. And like as a person who's facilitating that, is like they should have been considering, like, yes, you could have been a bit more vocal about what you were looking to do, but there is a definite, oh, I don't know, maybe I'm talking bollocks.
No, you're not talking about this, because I have the same issue. I'm even one of the tournament. I'm like one of the big organizers, tournament organizers, and whatever, in our local stores for Star Wars Legion. And I have to be very careful about when someone reaches out and is like, "Hey, I'm new. I want to learn to play." Be very careful about scheduling, because we have some very hyper competitive people where they are all gas, no brakes when it comes to list building and playing the game. And I've talked to them, and it's like, hey, you're here, we're trying to get this just friendly casual. We've got new people watching, we've got new people sort of co-piloting armies. You gotta try to keep people who want to come back and play this game and not immediately be turned off and be like, I'm going to go play Warhammer instead. Because those guys are all just laughing and having fun over there.
It's weird. I genuinely think your game may have crashed. Your loading bar hasn't moved in like 3 minutes.
It is using 0 memory. Why are we decided? Oh, nope, it's using all of the memory. It's using 0 CPU. Alright, dope. Cool. We are going to go ahead and force that to shut down. Yep, try again.
But yeah, like...
Yeah, there's definitely a fine balance in not a fine balance, but there's definitely balance. A person who organizes matchups at the clubs and whatnot to be thinking about.
It also kind of boggles my mind that there is a... Like, one of my... Like, yes, I was a tournament Warhammer player. I was a Warhammer Starter. I was all of that. Like, but I knew that when someone's learning the game, I don't turn up with my tournament list.
Mm-hmm.
I don't play tip-top tactics. I go in and I have a laugh, right?
Right.
You say that you know people who are all gas, no brakes. Like, sure, but you should have a different gear.
Yep. And that's just the downside to. Unfortunately, I think one of the reasons why Star Wars Legion has not gotten the I don't want to say support, but like the growth and the support from the shop and making sure we have inventory and whatnot is that we got 3 players who play, and they like playing at a very highly competitive level. They go to Nova, they go to PAX Unplugged, they go out looking for these big tournaments, and then there's me, who's sort of like, yeah, let's teach you how to play. You know, here's a fun list with like Luke Skywalker and some rebels, and versus Darth Vader and some stormtroopers. Let's.
Do you think that's it, or do you think so? Not to make do you think that part of the reason that Legion started getting less and less support is because Shatterpoint came out?
I think Shatterpoint had a touch to do with it, and I think what has really sort of messed with Legion's, you might notice an odd, super creepy sign outside the house. It's nothing to worry about. Okay. Good to know. If you notice
This is me pressing X to doubt.
Oh. I think the other thing that really has brought Legion to a bit of a standstill is accessibility to not accessibility, but access and availability of official product. Fantasy Flight was the company running it for the longest time, and then it got sold off to Atomic Mass Games, who make Crisis Protocol and now Shatterpoint and now Legion. And they said that they were doing basically a complete refresh of all the old models, bring them out in hard plastic rather than the soft plastic that they originally were in. Adding new stuff, but they've been so slow to roll any of that stuff out. And all the old product has now been sold off.
Yeah.
It's like, how do I tell someone, it's like, hey, you like Star Wars and you're interested in wargaming, I would love for you to come check out this game. However, the starter kit for the army you want to play isn't available until Christmas time. And I'm telling this to people in July. And it's like, I'd love to get you in on this because it's a fun game. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it a little more than I enjoy playing 40K because it's Star Wars. Who the fuck doesn't love Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
But I don't have any official product for you to pick up. You kind of got to borrow models or 3D print some.
Yeah, and you don't want to be encouraging that because that's all they'll ever do.
Yeah.
Many Warhammer players, I know.
I will say, it has been nice that while the official line for things like Nova, Las Vegas Open, that kind of stuff is, you have to have the official printed cards to play. Because unlike Warhammer, you don't have a codex. You have like your unit cards to do things. The big thing from Atomic Mass Games has been, we understand that we update the rules a lot, and there's great community resources out there that keep our cards updated. We highly encourage you to use these as print and play materials to play your game. And when we release the new card packs, you can have the card packs, but here they're very supportive of the community people who make the resources that make the game accessible to an extent while they're waiting for it. So I do greatly applaud the developers as it stands. That it's like, hey, we know you don't have access to the materials right now. Go check out these awesome fan resources that are making sure that the materials are available to you to print and play. So, dope to them for that. Yeah. I will say in that, I was playing over the summer some Legion against a new player who was playing clones, and he's like, I'm playing 2/12. I was like, boy, do I have a buddy of mine who would appreciate that you're 2/12 all the way. And I'll be good gosh darn if he wasn't able to find the right lineup of plays and whatnot to practically destroy one of my ATSTs with Commander Cody and a couple squads of clones. Because that's Commander Cody's...
What was that thing? What was that you sent me the other day? You're like, Cody, what are you doing here?
Oh, yeah. Oh, let me find it, because Obi-Wan. Captain, where's Anakin? Rex, doing stuff. Obi-Wan, then where's Cody? Rex, trying to stop Skywalker from doing stuff. Obi-Wan, so where's Ahsoka? Rex, stopping Skywalker from doing stuff. Obi-Wan, if they're doing all of that, why are we here, not with them? Rex, I have to keep you distracted so you don't stop Ahsoka from stopping Cody from stopping Skywalker from doing stuff. If that is it.
It's just like, every time I, in my head, anytime I think of, like, Cody and Obi-Wan, they've both got that, like, the meme of Picard face palming going on, and, like, Rex, Ahsoka, and Anakin are just in the background, like, fucking around.
But there's an added layer to that, is that then you have to have Appa running past them in the hallway, like, someone's got to keep the fucking 501st doing their actual job. Rex, Skywalker, and Tano are off doing some shit, but the 501st is supposed to be over here, and that's my job. Yeah, that moment when you remember and realize the fact that Rex isn't the top officer of the clones in that outfit. He's just Skywalker's partner in crime for everything he does. Oh.
And the moment when you realize that, I'm fairly sure Cody doesn't technically outrank Rex, but he's definitely more sensible.
Well, I think he does outrank Rex. It's just
I'm not sure of the exact clone rank structure. So.
I think it's Captain then Commander. Because it's that weird sci-fi that the commander's in charge of everything and the captain is just in charge of his company. And then, because then they'll be one step down from the generals who are the Jedi. So yeah, when you realize there's actually someone who's supposed to be one step above, between Rex and Anakin.
Driveway's done. What's the name of this level?
Standalone, detached house. What's up?
Found the first of the creepy drawings.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh, did it not go away when you power washed it?
No, that was just with the green one. Let's see what the yellow one would be.
Oh, it seems to be doing something.
Yeah.
Oh. Fun little Easter egg trivia about the 501st. Their commander is Commander Appa, and his Phase 2 helmet has a blue arrow that goes over the crest pointing to his eyebrows.
Oh, you mean a bit like Aang?
And Appa, the flying bison. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically designed because Dave Filoni's first show he worked on, or one of the early shows he worked on. I don't know if it's his first show, but also with related to Appa, the actor who plays Captain Carson in The Mandalorian, the X-Wing pilot, his helmet says Appa because one of his big breakout TV roles was as Mr. Kim from a Canadian show called Kim's Convenience, where
I'm aware of Kim's Convenience.
his children lovingly call him Appa, which is Korean for Papa or Daddy. So his X-Wing helmet has the call sign Appa on it.
Nice.
Because he was allowed to design his own helmet, and he was like, I want to put that on there. He also plays Uncle Iroh. He also plays Uncle Iroh in the live-action Avatar series on Netflix, which was actually pretty good. I enjoyed that immensely. I need to switch to stubby gun to finish getting these slats. Yeah. I think it's pretty cool that the New Republic pilots in The Mandalorian were given a bit of leeway to design their helmets and whatnot.
Yeah.
I got to talking to one of the guys that works at my flags, recently, and I was asking how the turnout was looking for Avatar, and whatnot, and he was saying like not as many, like the hype wasn't there like it was, and I had remembered something I'd said. There for the hype wasn't there through our local store as there was for like Final Fantasy and.
Oh no, that was, we knew that.
Uh,
Like Final Fantasy made $1 billion in a day. Like.
So
yeah,
I
remember what you were saying.
I was just curious if there was because I'd heard some commenters talking about expansion release fatigue of all these new universes beyond, sort of one right after the other.
There's some of that to it, right? Like a lot of people aren't happy that there's so much universes beyond going on. There's a lot of expansion fatigue as well because they're putting out so much product. But honestly, I think part of it is just that if I could be,
it's about 20 years too late.
no, I wouldn't say that. It's just as beloved as Avatar is, it ain't Final Fantasy.
That's fair. So I was telling him that the only thing I was excited about was that they were putting out jumpstart packs for it.
Yeah.
Because that's honestly my favorite way to play right now.
And like take Spider-Man for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man, you would think it's fucking Spider-Man, right? Nowhere near Final Fantasy. Mainly because the Spider-Man set was apparently just bad.
Yeah.
So, but I know that Avatar's card quality is apparently much better than Spider-Man's. So I doubt it's got anything to do with the card quality. I don't know. Take me for example. I was way more example. Like, I'm way more excited for Final Fantasy than I was for Avatar. Right? It's just, I just think it's different. But again, I'm one of the casual Magic fans, right? Like, I like watching Magic. Get the commander decks every now and again for certain product. Just feels a bit to what I'm looking for. I don't think there's one answer to the question, right?
That's fair.
Because if it was, they'd have figured it out. That makes sense.
It does make sense. Because if there was a singular question, they would have. If there was a singular answer, they would have found a way to work around fixing it to make that one answer be what it needed to be. But it's very obviously. Well, it's a business, so there's very obviously many layers to how.
It's also like
I was looking at the release calendar for next year, and like the first thing that popped through my mind was like, I could be excited for a couple of these sets.
Yeah.
but I have to temper my expectations that fiscally I can only really get into one of them.
I'm the same way, and I already know what it is, and it's not until the end of the year.
Star Trek?
Yeah.
Yeah. Though I did say I probably will pick up a box of Jump Starts if Hobbit puts out Jump Starts.
Like, I might pick up the Ninja Turtles Command Deck, right? Like,
surely they're going to put one out with the 4 turtles as the commander.
Then they put one out as there's one commander deck.
Okay.
And it's all 4 turtles is the commander from what they were saying. And the announcement. And then I dread to think how much the Star Trek will cost.
Yeah, I was just thinking to myself, it's like I gotta make sure that
lightning strikes and shit.
Yeah. I was just clocking in my head that I should probably start putting a little money in my on my gift card trading account at the Flags, so that when this November rolls around, I'm ready to go and be like, nope, give it to me. I don't want to wait like 2 weeks and you guys be like, oh no, we sold out of product because you had to wait a couple weeks before you could pick it up. This feels like a much trickier job because of the height of the house here.
It'll be alright once we get the ladders up. Like, we're pretty much done with the first floor already.
Yeah, I'm working on this side wall
Well,
here.
on the front at least we are.
Pre-soaking with the white nozzle there, Bum.
Actually, with the green. One of the advantages of this new gun is it's got a wider area of effect.
I'm almost surprised the garden fence here wasn't filthy for us to clean.
I do think if they're gonna do the 2-player mode, they should have put 2 ladders in. Both players can have a ladder. Chimney's done.
Nice.
Given the time, so are we.
So it is. Alright, folks. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us today. Oh god, there's another creepy graffiti. So, go ahead and scrub that off real quick.
Yeah.
Well, there's another one up there. Thank you everyone for coming out and checking us out today. We'll be back tomorrow, hopefully with a little Final Fantasy. Maybe some more cleaning of this house here. We shall see when we get there. I am going to start the saving and the shutdown process. Or you know what? No, we're going to get the tweets out. We're going to put out our socials for everyone here. Please make sure you follow us here on Twitch so you can see when we go live. But as we say, Twitch do be twitching. So please make sure you follow us on any of the 4 major microblogging platforms. X or Twitter, we are 321 Podcast. Blue Sky, we are 321tv.bsky.social. Threads, we are at 321_tv.live. And Mastodon, on the mastodon.social server, we are at 321_tv. We appreciate all the love and support that you guys give us here on the channel. If you wish to support us just a little bit further, please check out our merch shop, 321-tv-shop.fourthwall.com. If you want to catch up on anything we've done in the past, or if you want to share with your friends the inanity of our conversation, please check out our YouTube channel where I post our replays. We should have about the past year's worth of replays out there. We are at bit.ly/321_capital
Oh
Y,
shit!
capital T. What up?
What's this?
Sir? Sir,
What
what are you doing with that ladder?
What's this? I'm telekinetic.
Jesus.
How did that look on the stream?
It just sort of teleported and blinked,
Ah.
unfortunately. If I've gone through any of these links or you just lost it because we lost the plot halfway through that, please check out our link tree, linktr.ee/321_tv, where we have links to all of the things I just mentioned, charities that are important to Bob and I, including Pancreatic Cancer Awareness and Purple Stripe, which November is Pancreatic Cancer Awareness Month, so I want to put that out there. I am going to update it with links to Voices from the Grid, Bob's Power Rangers watch-along podcast he does with Mike, Bree, and Sasha. Yes,
Mike, Brian, and Sasha. Yeah.
Yep. Bob, do we have a raid target, or should I look for one here on my monitor?
I haven't been looking. I'll be honest with you. I was too busy
being
being
telekinetic.
telekinetic. I'll take a look now, right quick.
All right. While Bob's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and save the game
Shut down.
and start shutting the game down.
Yeah. I will say, as far as I am aware, at 6 p.m. tomorrow, like right after we right before we go offline, the yearly Desert Bus Marathon starts. So be aware of that in your
Indeed.
future plans next week to watch good streams. As for this week, as for today, I don't really have a raid target.
So we're going to let you wander in the ether and find the channel of your choosing to enjoy. So we'll sign off as we always do. Guys, gals, non-binary pals, and all those beyond that spectrum. In the words of the 16th President of these here United States, Abraham Lincoln, please be excellent to each other and party on non-gender specific honorifics, and we will see you
Next time.
peace.
Peace.